guys, it's Erin, and I'm gonna start right off by saying please bear with me. I have probably lost my voice and I don't know how long I've lost it for, so that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and film this. I got back from the Scrapbook Expo just a couple hours ago, and I wanted to show you what I got. So I got, we started at the Echo Park booth, I guess, first, and they had the stamp sets for $4, and I thought I would get some words for or some letters for my journal, my art journals, you know, that kind of thing, so I can just stamp things, because I don't usually do titles, but I can do stuff in there. I always like enamel dots. And then they had this ephemera pack, and I have a lot of fall stuff, so I thought that would work. I'm going to try and go fast just so I don't, you know, cough or die or something. Basically, if I go out, I pay for it, so I'm paying for it. I found this Capture Life packet, but it's all dark, and I thought that was really cool, so I picked that up. And then I got this Bundle of Joy collection. Now, you know, I don't like kids or anything, but the obviously baby-themed ones, the opposite sides are really pretty. So, and I think the colors work really well for, like, Mike and the dogs and stuff, and I have a bunch of stamps that could go with that. And then these were, if you bought 5, they were $4 each. So I combined my order with one of my friends, and I just, you know, paid her the $8. And then I bought 5 packs of the Echo Park photo sleeves, the one with the 3x4s in the center, and then the, you know, the typical Project Lifestyle A kind of thing. So I got that, and then the next booth we went to was a place with a bunch of shiny stuff. So I saw this washi and I'm like, ooh, I totally want that. And it's really cool. It's like iridescent, but it's like smooth. It's completely smooth. So I thought that was fun. And it comes with its own little cutter thing if you want to use that. And then this one as well. It's very, very smooth. It's like, it's obviously glitter, but there's no physical glitter that's going to flake off or anything. Now, I actually asked for the packet of this that was all silver, but I noticed just now that it's got silver, gold, purple, red, and blue in it of adhesive sheets, so you can die cut this. You can, you know, well, you can pretty much do anything with it that you can do with paper, and then it'll glue down because it's self-adhesive on the back. But I was going to use the silver so I could, you know, color it with whatever. But it has the website right on here. And it doesn't look like you can, like, order directly from them, but you can, like, inquire how to order from them. So I might actually do that depending on how fast I use this stuff, just because I did want all silver so I could color it myself. So I'm going to save the silver in case, you know, if I need a blue one, I'll just use the blue sheet, that kind of thing. The one thing that I did go for was to get this water brush by Zig. I use these a lot in my my watercolor traveling case, and I have this one which is the same size, but it's full with alcohol, and I use it to color with my Copics. So I wanted a medium-sized brush that was just for water, because I have a fun and I have a large, but sometimes you need the medium, and you know, I didn't have one, so now I have one, and it has a very large barrel of water, so that's really good for doing my, you know, watercolor things when I'm drawing them. I got this, the best ever craft mat from Ken Oliver, and I wanted to try it because I saw it on CHA being shown, and I have to say already I don't like it. And if you have animals, you'll know why I don't like it. And you can probably see there, that's all dog fur. It's been out of its package for about a minute and a half. And yeah, it's covered in dog fur already. And it's not like I don't, you know, keep my desk clean. It's not, you know, it just happened to be the fur that was on the paper packs. So I don't know how well this is going to work, because yeah, it has a weird sticky texture to it. It's not sticky like it comes up, but it's sticky like, you know, it doesn't slide, so it's like, you know, it's non-stick, but it makes it so that it's really, I don't know, I'm not a fan of the texture. I bought it so that, you know, because this mat underneath is stained, and I wanted you guys to be able to actually see what I was doing. But if I can't ever get fur off of it, it's not going to work. So that was either a $15 mistake, or I'll make it work. But they did say that you can, you know, you can crumple it up, and it's not going to it's not going to get wrecked. They say it doesn't stain. It can handle heat, you know, all this, that, and the other thing. Polymer clay, glues, sprays, solvents. What all this is it's dilution spray. So I was hoping that I could get something that wouldn't stain that with that. They also said you can throw it in the dishwasher if you want. So that's interesting. But like I said, if it's sticky like this and then all you're looking at is fur that's stuck on my mat, it's not going to be usable for that. So I'm not really happy with that idea, but we'll have to see how it goes. You'll either see it in the videos or you won't. I'll leave it there for now. I got some paper because my one friend, she likes to paw through all those big boxes of paper and check stuff out. So while she was pawing, I was looking over her shoulder, and it was 2 for $1, and I had a 5 in my pocket, so I thought, okay, well, I'll just get some paper. And so I got these ones because I've got a lot of music stamps. I've just needed some, ocean themed stuff. So I think this one's October Afternoon. This is like the first October Afternoon I've ever had. And there was this one that's also October Afternoon. You know, I always like the blues and the stuff like that. This one is also October Afternoon. This one is My Mind's Eye Dreamy 2. So I like it for this side. This is just a paper I'm really nostalgic about. I love this whole design, and I love the varying, I love the varying things that they've done. Because they had one that was all blues and yellows and stuff, and I never had this one, but I like this one. And then what made me actually look in their bins was this paper by Pebbles, the Homegrown collection. So I got 2 of those because I do a lot of outdoor things a lot. And then what caught my attention was these little gnomes. Is that not the cutest thing? I have 2 brand new sets of Crafting Kimmy stamps that I haven't gotten a chance to use yet, but they're gnomes. Excuse me. But they're gnomes, and so I thought that they would be really awesome to use, together. And then I can always use clouds, and it's all from the same collection too, so they'll go together. So yeah, I brought my paper up, and that was $5 worth of paper, and they're like, okay, that'll be $5.40, and I'm like, nobody else charges tax. This sucks. So, but yeah. And then the last thing was we went over to the Tall Mouse booth, and they have a lot of stuff which I like for mixed media. So they have these texture things. So it's just, some random fabric. It's sort of like, this is like plasticky burlap. And then this one is like a lace type thing. And I had been seeing lace and burlap flowers and stuff, and I thought, oh, I could buy those. But then I look on the back and it's $6 for 2 flowers. And I'm like, I could probably draw a flower and put it together, or I can use my Tim Holtz tattered, dies, tattered flower dies, and I could probably make that work, or something. Something other than, paying that much money for just 3 of them. So I got that, and then, I can use them on my canvases because I have a bunch of ideas for canvases. That always happens every time I go to Scrapbook Expo. I'm like, oh, I could use this on a canvas. So that's also what these are for. These were $2 each, which I think is pretty cheap. Scrapbook.com also has them, and they're still pretty cheap there. But I actually got to see them in person. So there's not an entire ton of sequins in here. You can see this isn't super thick. But I've been wanting to just kind of embed sequins in some gel medium on a what do you call it, a canvas, and I don't have any that I really wanted to, I guess, sacrifice to that. So I thought, these are really cheap. They're readily available because I know exactly where to get more. And like this one I can do for an ocean theme. This one I can do for a forest theme. And I have ideas for both of those. So, and purple, I just like purple. I was thinking space maybe, but I just have to do something with purple. So I got those. They had a pink, but I'm not really into pink, and they didn't have any of the other colors. So I just went with those. And then I got some of the gems that they had because they were only $1, and I don't trust the self-adhesive on them, but they're really easy to put in gel medium and make stick to a canvas. So that was it. That was my whole haul from the Scrapbook Expo. I don't think that I got a whole ton, but yeah, I don't even know how much it was. I think it was around $100. I'm not sure. But I did go with the express, I really wanted to get this brush. And aside from that, I wanted to find a wood grain embossing folder and that was not the really industrial Tim Holtz one, and I didn't find one of those, which kind of bummed me out. But, you know, it was a good day out with my friends, and like I said, you know, I'm paying for it now, but it was worth it. It was fun. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you get a chance to go to the Scrapbook Expo in your area, you should probably do it because it's fun. Okay, bye.